I'm going to show you what we do to fill in the gaps in our gardens with fast-growing plants so that we have nutritious food to eat during the fall while feeding our soil at the same time. Having compost is not required for what I'm going to show you in this video, but adding the compost will help give your plants a great start for the fall season. Look at this. This, to me, looks like rabbit poop. Those little stinkers somehow getting in here. Look at that rabbit poop here. I don't know how they're getting in here. There's like, this is double fence property. We got an outer fence and we got a garden fence. So I'm gonna have to go inspect the garden. We got these little open areas through here like this. And these plants are already pretty well established. This is bok choy. What we want to do is we want to put something through here that's going to grow really fast and stay pretty small. So I've got some what's called icicle radish, but all you're going to do is just make a little line right down the middle like that, and we're going to go through and we can seed it kind of liberally. I'm not really worried. These are cheap seeds. I get them right here locally at this little seed store. You can seed it however you want though. Some people want to do less. I like to seed liberally because then I have a higher success rate of germination. And then also, if you have pests like pill bugs, sometimes they're going to eat some of those plants. And so that pill bugs are kind of a nuisance, and it's one of those things that happens with a lot of no-till gardening because they like the mulch and they like wet soil. All right, you can also use, like this right here is an old, I don't know what kind of tool this was, but the end of it broke off. So I use it as like just a way to make lines through my rows for planting seeds. That works really nice. You can just use like a stick or a rod also. So I'm just gonna go through like this just to kind of create myself a little line. If you've got a big garden space and you have the money, it's worth buying bigger bags of seeds so you can seed them a lot more liberally. So this is a salad mix, salad bowl leaf lettuce. And so I'm taking this. These can be sown basically directly on top of the soil. So I've got this little gap here, this little space on this outside of this bed. So I'm just gonna go through with these seeds, and I'm gonna do it just like this, just liberally all the way across. I'm gonna take some of this compost, we've already sifted it, and I'm just gonna go lightly over the top. Just real lightly, because these carrot seeds, they can, again, like I said, you can just throw them on the surface. Sometimes some people don't even cover them up. They just throw them down and they like maybe just light rake them. But I've got this nice fine compost, so I'm just gonna put this right over the top like that, and it's good to go. And then we'll water it in here in a little bit. So here's a spot over here. But I've got carrots growing all through here. I've sown them all in big patches like this. And right here on the edge of my bed, there's this empty spot. Well, I'm gonna take my lettuce seeds here and I'm just gonna sprinkle them liberally right there. I love little small, lettuce. When they come in, I like them to be like kind of smaller and they're easy to cut and give them to the chickens. All right, so see, we've got a lot of great growth here from different plants. These are like daikon radishes on this side over here, and then I've got some kale mixed in, and then this bed through here has it's mainly turnips, and I think there's a little bit of arugula. So we're gonna do this bed, which came out real patchy. There's only just like plants here and there. I'm gonna sow turnips. Let's see, I think they're called purple top, white globe turnips. I'm gonna sow those all the way across here, and then we're also gonna do arugula. Arugula is a really good one for the chickens. It's real healthy for them. In the fall, what I like to do a lot of is a lot of like heavy sowing. I'll do some row type of stuff, but this bed I want to cover it just like I've done here with these turnips, and over here I want to have plenty of vegetation. And surprisingly, even when you heavily sow them, you get really healthy plants. You get nice bulbs on the turnips, or whatever you call it, the root balls. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing that now. I'm just gonna start sowing these seeds kind of mixed in together across here. Again, I'm just gonna liberally sow these seeds across here. I won't bore you by showing you the whole thing, but basically I cover this whole bed with seeds before I start putting fresh compost on top of it. If you don't have compost readily available, it's okay. You can use a rake just to rake the seeds into the soil. I've done this many times and had great success with it. Once you're done planting your seeds, don't forget to water them in thoroughly and keep the soil moist until they germinate. This is very important. If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to support our channel, the best way to do that is to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. God bless y'all. In Jesus' name, we'll see you in the next one.